Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a review, demo, wear test of the new Urban Decay Stay Naked Foundation and Concealer. So if you guys want to know my thoughts about these, how they apply, how they wear, then just keep on watching. Alright, so the Urban Decay Stay Naked Foundation and Concealer are now available online at Urban Decay and at Ulta. They're going to be available online at Sephora on July 29th. It is actually available on a pre-order for Sephora, and then it's going to be available in stores on August 1st. So starting off with the foundation, I don't know why I'm getting like so excited about it. So starting off with the foundation, this is a 1 ounce foundation. The packaging is like super modern. I really like it. So $39, it comes in 50 different shades. I did find that they do have a really nice range of different undertones. I was actually able to find a really great match. I am the shade 50YW. I will swatch it in the demo as well, but that is my shade. And for reference, I'm golden, beige, and Too Faced. That's probably like my best match to compare to. I'm usually like a lighter, medium, warm shade. 50YW is my shade. The YW stands for warm yellow. So you have warm, cool, and neutral undertones, and then it breaks it down even further with yellow, red, green, depending on your complexion. And the claims on the foundation are that it's a buildable, medium coverage. It lasts up to 24 hours. It's a real skin-like matte finish and breathable and flexible. And moving into the Stay Naked Concealer, I end up wearing the shade 40 NY. This comes in 25 shades and this is $29. The applicator is a little bit more traditional and it has like a little curve tip at the end. The claims are that it's a 24-hour wear, full coverage, full pigmented, and then it also says real skin matte finish. So I was actually very surprised by both of these products. This is the third day that I'm wearing this, and I'll show you guys how it looks at the end of the day. So each time that I wear it, I kind of learn a little bit more about it, and I was actually just really surprised with the formulas. They were very different from what I expected. So let's get right into the demo so you guys can see how these products apply and how they wear throughout the day. All right, so Urban Decay sent out these foundations. They let me pick out 2 different shades on their website, 2 shades of their foundation and 2 shades of their concealer. So for the foundation, I went with 40WY and 50WY. 50WY is definitely my shade, but let me just swatch them compared to each other. Basically, I just picked the lighter medium shades that were yellow toned. I might be able to wear 40WY like maybe in the winter, or mix both of these together, and then 50WY is like a perfect match for me right now. So that is the one I'm gonna wear. This one's like way lighter, but this one is my good match. And I did apply primer already. I'm using the Kylie Skin Face Moisturizer as primer. So I'm gonna start off with 50WY. I'm going to apply this on half of my face. I'm gonna use a brush. I'm going in with the sheer foundation brush from Smashbox. I'm gonna do 1 pump on half of my face. And then I'm also gonna blend it out with a beauty blender, but this is just how I apply my foundation. You guys are gonna be able to see. I'm gonna need a lot more foundation for sure. End up using a couple pumps because this basically blurs into my skin. So I'm gonna apply, let me do 2 more pumps on my brush. I'm sure you guys can see I can go in with quite a bit of foundation here. So I'm just gonna do half my face first so you can see the coverage. All right, so I'm just gonna blend that out. I'm actually gonna go in with like a tiny bit more. So now I'm applying the 4th pump of foundation just on the half of my face. And it's definitely more of like a serum kind of formula. It's definitely super, super lightweight. So it feels like a normal like pump and a half, 2 pumps of foundation with like any of my other foundations. But that is what it looks like on half of my face. Just note, you can still see like all of my beauty marks peeking through on my face. If I had any breakouts right now, I think that they would still be showing like a little bit of redness peeking through, because you could still see a little bit of like my skin, veins. It's very much like a tinted moisturizer coverage is what I would say. It's a very light coverage. All right, so let's move on to the other half of my face. I'm gonna start off with let's do 2 pumps because we all know we're gonna use more than 1 pump of foundation. Blend that out. I really like how good of a match this foundation is. It's definitely such light coverage though. And that's not necessarily a bad thing if you like light coverage, because it's actually, I found that it wears well and it makes my skin look good. I'm just gonna blend that out before I see if I need any more coverage. I'm gonna add just like a little tiny half pump to the center of my face. Just imagine if I only used one pump and no brush. It will look like I just splashed water on my face. It will look like no coverage whatsoever. All right, so that is the coverage of the foundation. I feel like it looks good. I like the look of it. Like I said, definitely way light coverage, but not necessarily a bad thing because it still feels really nice on my skin. Very, very lightweight. Obviously doesn't feel heavy or anything. It's more of like a liquid formula. The side that I did first, this side is like already dry. It's been like 5 minutes. So it's not something that stays like tacky. I actually filmed a try on haul, clothing haul, wearing this yesterday, and I didn't find that it transferred as I was wearing it. So that's definitely a good thing as well. I'm gonna move into the concealers, and the concealer and the foundation are so different to me, and I just think it's a little bit weird, but I kind of like it at the same time. So these are the Stay Naked concealers. I got the shade 40 NY and 40 NN. I'll show you guys both. Basically, I wanted to go with light, medium, neutral, and light, medium, warm. And then the applicator is a little bit smaller. It has a little curve at the tip. This one is 40 NN, so this is the one that's gonna be a little bit more beige, a little bit more pink. And then 40 NY is gonna be slightly more warm. I think I'm gonna apply 40 NY today. That is 40 NY. They're very, very similar, but just one is slightly more warm, but not too yellowy. So I'm gonna go with 40 NY. And I probably even just put on too much right now because you can probably tell right off the bat that that's gonna give me good coverage. And that's just what I found with this concealer. Just do a little bit for eyeshadow primer. I'm also having like really bad allergy issues. I'm cutting out like minutes and minutes of me sneezing as I'm trying this on right now. So I predict that by the end of the day, when I do a check-in, my nose is gonna be like so red and any makeup on it will disappear. But the coverage on these concealers is so good. And I love it. Honestly, I've been loving it so far, and it reminds me so much of my Too Faced Born This Way multi-use sculpting concealer. And that's like my holy grail concealer. I feel like this gives really good coverage under your eyes, and it's like good as an eyeshadow primer too. And I'm so particular about concealers because I love a full coverage concealer, but there's so many that are just really drying. And that's why I like the Too Faced one, because it's a little bit more flexible of a finish. It looks a little bit more glowy on your skin. It doesn't look like cement or anything. And that's what I find with this. So there we have the concealer, and I've tested this out where I don't set the concealer for like 10 or 15 minutes. And I haven't found that it like severely creases up under my eyes or anything, which I really, really like. And then when I do set it, I don't find that creases throughout the day. So I'm gonna set it with the Too Faced Born This Way powder. This is what I use every single day. And actually like the rest of my face is basically like almost set on its own. I'm gonna put a tiny bit of powder, but it's gonna be so minimal because it's already pretty much set, other than just like a couple spots on my forehead. So I'm just gonna use a tiny bit of the Laura Mercier powder for the rest of my face. But it's just super minimal. I'm applying like half of what I normally do. All right, so I'm gonna do the rest of my makeup and check in with you guys at the end of the day to give you all my final thoughts about the foundation and concealer. All right guys, so it's been about 8 hours since I first applied the foundation. Yesterday I wore it longer. I wore it for about 12 hours yesterday, and then the first day I wore it for about 7 hours. Though I do find that it wears the same at the end of the day each time that I've worn it. Basically, it stays perfectly in place. I don't have any issues with it fading. I don't have any issues with it getting oily or dewy throughout the day. Yesterday, I really put it through the test because I did my Nordstrom anniversary sale haul, so I was changing a lot. I didn't find that it transferred at all. I was also outside in the sun for a really long time in like 95-degree heat, and I found that my makeup looked good at the end of the day. So definitely great wear time with both the foundation and the concealer. Today I was having a lot of physical struggles with my allergies. I had a fever for a couple hours where I was like sweating profusely. If you see, my eyes look like really red and watery. but it didn't make my concealer fade or anything. It felt really awful, but I'm like, at least I'm really putting this foundation and concealer to the test. Feeling better now. Doesn't look like anything happened makeup wise. So just know I was like really sweating for a while there. I really wanted to like powder my face, but I didn't. And it all looks good to me. No issues. I especially love the concealer's awesome coverage. I'm going to be traveling this weekend and I'm going to take this concealer with me, and I look forward to using it from now on. So definitely the concealer is 100% a win to me. It's full coverage, matte, doesn't transfer, doesn't get cakey, doesn't crease up under my eyes at all. Looks really, really great, covers up dark circles, everything I want in a concealer basically. Now the foundation, it is very light coverage. Light to medium coverage, medium at best, if you put like 2 layers on. That is a downside for me because I love a full coverage foundation. But for a light coverage foundation, it does everything I want a foundation to do. It stays matte, it stays in place, it doesn't transfer, it doesn't break apart during the day. It makes my skin look good, so it does even out my skin tone. It gives you a little bit of a glow without being dewy. So if you're into light coverage, I think that you would really like this foundation. If you want medium to full coverage, stay away from this foundation because you're not gonna get that with this for sure. You're not gonna be able to build it to full coverage unless you're like applying like 6 layers, which at that point just use another foundation. So that's just the overall feel of both products. I don't think anybody is gonna dislike this concealer. That's how strongly I feel about it. And I'm super surprised that this is a full coverage concealer and they paired this in the same collection as a super light coverage foundation. Definitely check out the concealer. I think that would work for like anybody. I really, really am digging the concealer. And then the foundation, if you're into light coverage, light to medium coverage, definitely check it out because it's long wearing, transfer proof, it has a really nice finish. If you want a full coverage, stay away from this foundation because it's not going to give you that. But that is everything for this video. Let me know if you guys plan on purchasing either products in the comments below. Let me know if you've already purchased them in the comments below. And if you guys like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I'll talk to you guys soon in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.